Hello and welcome everybody. We're doing another little gentleman's knife. Now, I don't mean this to be sexist. I understand it can be male and female. And one thing I want to address real quick, in my previous video about gentleman's knives, I talked about one situation with a grandmother who was intimidated by one of my large tactical knives when I flipped it open to open some product to help her out to do some repairs. And she's like, whoa, that's a big knife. Why do you, and trying to close it and trying to explain the locking mechanism. Sometimes big tactical knives just don't fit. It doesn't matter what age you're at. And I didn't want to zero. That was just one experience I had trying to, identify people who are knife people versus not knife people. Understanding there are lots of people out there who are older than I am who have been handling locking knives a lot longer than I have. So in this gentleman's category of knives, I would definitely put this buck knife right here. You can see the knight right here. And this is a lovely knife, but it is locking. So you need to be aware of that. But I like it because it's not intimidating. It is just a really simple, humble knife. No one-handed open. Because it is locking, I don't think this would be legal in certain places. England, for example. But the finish on this, to me, is just so high quality. I love it. I love the blade. I love the handle here. Let me grab the old timer right here. It's a little bit out of the way. You can see a size difference here. Very not intimidating. So if you needed to open some product or open some packages and you want to do it in a non-intimidating way, pull this out of your pocket. This would do great. I find that this buck knife knight fits in it sticks out a little bit, but it fits nicely in my coin pockets, in my jeans. And, do I carry coins in there? No, never. But this sure fits nicely in there. I thought I'd introduce this as one of my favorite little, this is what I call them, a gentleman's knife. Now, this lacks what one of the these old timers have, in that it does have a locking blade. I prefer a locking blade if I'm going to be using the knife. But sometimes if I'm handing somebody a knife, I still would go with a non-locking blade because it's very easy for them to understand what's going on. And the other concern that I didn't address in my other video is that the nice thing about a locking blade, even though sometimes people get confused by it and they're trying to close the knife and they're like, oh, it's stuck. No, it's locked. And again, you feel, at least I feel like an idiot trying to explain, oh, well, you have to push this down here. And then I'm like trying not to mansplain something, and then you can fold it. But the nice thing about it is if somebody doesn't know how to use a knife and they're trying to stab something, it's not going to close on their fingers and cut them. You see, so it's kind of a trade-off. But for me, this is right up there in gentleman's knife realm. I love it. I love the finish on this. Buck just makes such a good product. And look at this, made in the USA. Knives and guns, supporting the U.S. economy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me your thoughts about this little buck knife knight here. And what are your favorite knives that you can imagine I would put in my gentleman's category of pocket knife? Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. My name is John Hobby.